4 more than P. Well, more than means to add, so I get 4 plus P. The product of, what does product of mean? Ooh, I'm going to multiply. That dot looks real messed up. We can do an X for multiply. The product of C and 15, meaning I'm going to multiply together C and 15, so C times 15, or I can just say 15C. This is what we're going to prefer you write the number before the letter, but we'll get good at that. The quotient means to divide, of V and 3. So V divided by 3, or V over 3. We're going to want you to put it in a little fraction like that. V divided by 3, or the quotient of V and 3. 23 less than X. Less than means subtraction, but it's one of my fancy ones where I'm going to flip the order and put 23 after X. So 23 less than X would look like this. 23 less than the value of X. And this would be my final answer. 8 minus the product of 9 and M. So these are getting a little bit bigger. Minus product 9 and M. So you have 8 minus the product of 9 and M, or 9 times M. 11 times the sum of, that means I'm going to add together something. Well, what am I adding together? 4 and a number. Since I say the sum of, I'm going to put parentheses around 4 and a number. So I get 11 times the sum of 4 and a number. 3 times the sum of 7 and half a number. So same setup, 3 times the sum of 7 plus half of a number, or you could say 3 times 7 plus half of a number. Either one of these options are correct. 7 minus a number divided by 2. So 7 minus a number divided by 2. I just chose N. You don't have to choose N. You could choose S for Sawyer if you want to. You can also write this, or 7 minus a number divided by 2. The second way would get you like really big, cool math points because you're using a fraction rather than a division sign. So if you want to do it that way, you get like super cool math points, and we all want those. Number 10, the difference, subtraction, of twice a number, so 2 times a number, and 3. So the difference of what? The difference of 2 times a number and 3. I'm subtracting twice a number and 3. There's going to be subtraction connecting those two. 4 times the difference of 6 and a value. Well, this is the same thing I did on the last page, where when I see difference of or sum of, I'm putting parentheses around whatever comes next. So 4 times parentheses, because it's difference of 6 and a value. So that's an X. That's a crooked X. Ah, Miss Sawyer's getting crazy. That looks so bad. What happened to my handwriting, y'all? 6 and a value. So this says 4 times the difference of, big old parentheses, 6 and a value. Okay, last page. Here we go. So sometimes you're going to have two variables going on, meaning you have to define all these letters and numbers you're putting in your problem. So what makes an equation different than an expression? Well, if you look back to your first page, equations are going to have greater than or equal to, greater, less than or equal to, or less than, or they're going to have a big old equal sign. They're going to have some sign of inequality or sign of equality that looks like this. So if I look at my first one, it says the total cost is 12 times the number of CDs bought. Meaning your total cost is, that is means equals, 12 times the total number of CDs. I'm going to use the letter D for CDs. And total cost, I'm going to write as C. So C is 12 times the number of CDs. And you can say D equals CDs and C equals cost. That's all you got to do for this problem. This is the final answer. The total cost is 12 times the number of CDs. Number 13, 5 times a number is decreased by, big old subtraction, 2 is equal to 4. So 5 times a number decreased by 2 is equal to 4. That's all you got to do. 5 times the number decreased by 2 equals 4. That's what my problem is telling me. Last one. Are you ready? Fasten your seatbelts. We got a big one coming. 2 times the sum of, what do I do when I see the word of or sum of? Ooh, that's right. I put my big old parentheses around it. So 2 times the sum of, big old parentheses, a number and 7. So I want the sum of a number and 7 is greater than 10. So 2 times the sum of, big old parentheses, a number and 7 is greater than 10. Ta-da! You are complete. This reads 2 times a number plus 7, or the sum of a number and 7, is greater than, that is means you got to put this sign, 10. So these are some examples. Now raise your hand, I'll come give you a worksheet and we will get going on the next stuff.